Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I've been Nemsun the Bloodletter for a little while now. Quite a lot of bloodletting going on over here. I've got over 60,000 LP in my personal LP pool and only 2,980 in here. I've been doing my best to get as much prepared as possible between episodes. So I've increased the number of self-sacrifice runes I've got down here to try and upgrade the process. So I get more blood in the altar per click. But it has meant that I've basically spent all of what I've been putting in there to make it faster for me to put stuff in there. It's kind of simple like that, yeah. And the processing side of things, I've got a fair amount of stuff done ready for some rituals. I've up to 40 ritual stones. I just need to do a few more, which is what I was going to do. But I decided that I'll just leave that last little bit and finish that off on camera. I wanted to do a ritual somewhere today as well, which is going to cost me, I think it's 10,000 LP from my network. So that's good. I've got 60 in there. And the other ritual I want to do is 25,000. But I might not get that done this episode because of the amount of blood it's taking to do these rituals. And I want to do an episode next on doing a load of rituals. So like tomorrow's episode, doing all the rituals. Today I want to show you my mob farm. I've done a fair bit so far. The idea is to blend it in nicely. And I'm trying to make it look okay. So it's not just a great big guillotine sticking out of the middle of nowhere. Trying to blend it in. I want to get it so that it's... let's take this over here, right? This little waterway down here, this little trickle that's part of Agrarian Skies art, I suppose you could call it, because the maps have had this kind of river thing in both versions, Agrarian Skies and Agrarian Skies 2. I wanted to think about doing something like this, with mobs flowing down it from here. So all of the blank space that I've currently got is just working area. I've been working some things out, making a few bits and pieces. I transferred the ruins of sacrifice. These are ruins of self-sacrifice for when I'm putting blood into the altar through sacrificing my own life points. And those over there, I had on here for a little while, but those over there are for sacrificing monsters, and getting the blood from monsters. So I've set up a little altar over there just to sacrifice a few bits, and I've got some redstone trickery going on. I've been experimenting with it, and I'll show you it all right now before we start building the actual farm, which is going to be producing the mobs in the first place. Let me just go over here first and show you a little something. Lots and lots and lots of cows in here, and there's some chickens in here somewhere as well, if I can hear them. I don't know if the chickens have despawned or disappeared or somehow suffocated, been pushed into something. Oh look, there's another bit of rawhide gone into there. They do tend to suffocate every now and again in this design. Maybe when they grow up, they grow up into the blocks and suffocate instead of being killed, and they suffocate before they can. This is babies. Ow, Guff. This is babies suffocating because they just leave rawhide and nothing else, baby cows. Yeah. But I've done that little bit there that you see where the stream will come down and drop mobs into here. We saw that already. This is all still set up the same as it was before. That's still set up the same as it was before, but we've been doing a little bit more farming of things while we've been doing it. While I've been working around here, these have been growing and farming and all that kind of stuff's been working. I've moved this altar area where I'm just going to do one-shotting mobs up into here, and I've also set myself up an enchanting area. So speaking of which, let's do a quick enchantment on my chest plate while I'm here. Got it up to the 30 levels. Protection 4 and Breaking 3. Nice first enchantment. Thank you very much. I actually didn't use leather to make the bookcases. It was pointed out in the comments. Thank you very much, Bunny. That their books have 2 recipes, and I had loads of wood, and the other recipe is from Tinker's. Doesn't require leather, so I quickly whipped all those up and set it all into the ground here. I wanted to have an area that was kind of still feeling flush, that I could walk around into and have controls at my fingertips for different things towards mob farming in this corner of my skyblock. So here we've got an altar and a sacrificial dagger and a place for the mobs to drop down into, and I can just kill them with one shot. Blood goes into the altar, blood goes down into tanks, and then the tanks can be used either in that altar or someplace else. This I've turned on and off, so I can turn the thing off when I don't want it working with just a lever there. And in a similar concept, I've got two levers here which lead into the farm over here. And they're currently both set to on, it seems. Round here, this is my redstone trickery around this altar. I said I wanted to use one of these altar emitters. Pretty cool block, I can tell you. Pretty cool block. From Sangromancy. And it basically emits a redstone signal when it's set to a certain amount of blood in the altar. So at the minute we've got 1000 LP in the altar there, right? And bearing in mind that this is where I'm going to stick one of these orbs. I'm going to put an orb in there and have mobs come down, and mobs will be auto-killed, sacrificed in this area due to a well of suffering being down below. So I had to have the well of suffering 10 blocks away from the cows over there, and 10 blocks away from where I'll be working over there, so it's never going to be a well of suffering that I take damage from. That's the main aim of putting it all the way in this position here, and why I've had to stick to it being over here, and why I've had to change my mind so many times to get the ritual in the right place. So the altar itself is in the right place, right? And then everything else has been built off the altar. This redstone, though, this altar emitter is currently set at 1200. You just right click on it to set it, and now the blood required is 1300, 1400, 1500, 1600, 1700, 800, 900, 2000. Okay, so the redstone signal is not being emitted when it's below 2000, and the altar's currently at 1000. No redstone signal, and that redstone signal comes up here and just winds its way up and basically steps up and over and on top of this piston, and the sticky piston retracts when the altar is below the desired amount, 2000, right? And that piston is then allowing mobs from the mob farm to fall down and be sacrificed. Okay, that's the plan. The mobs will fall down, be sacrificed, and then when the mob there's enough blood in the altar, the redstone signal will go and turn it back to other farming methods, whichever one I've picked. But that means that this can be set up so that I can have LP using rituals constantly running around the place, and every time this altar runs out of essence, every time my current essence drops below a certain amount, the orb will be refilling from this altar. Whenever the altar falls below a certain amount, the redstone signal will come on and that will shut out. So let's just give it a little bit of something here. It's currently at 1800, so one more click should turn this redstone signal off. There you go, look. So now the altar is at 2000, the redstone signal is being emitted, and that has shut the piston to stop more mobs falling. So mobs will no longer be able to fall down onto the altar. Yeah? So far so good, easy enough to understand, I hope. Took me a little while to figure out what I was doing and where though. I've got another two pistons there, which I'll show you in a bit. And they come round to the buttons that I've just showed you, the levers that I just showed you over here. And I basically got a piston for that section there to allow mobs to flow down into the here to make mob essence for me. Mine Factory Reloaded mob essence, because they'll come down here. The drops will get disposed of, and the essence will get disposed of from the grinder and go off into the various systems that I'll need. If I'm not farming them that way, I can put the piston back up and close them off. On this side, the piston will basically drop down from there, allowing them to flow this way round and go to my XP farm over here, where I can then XP grind them, and at the same time of getting the XP, I'm also getting the blood in the altar, which can then be shipped off to be used wherever I want it to be used, and I get the XP for the experience farm. Awesome, yeah? Awesome. Okay, so what I've got to do next, we'll take a look up here. This is all fairly well sealed in, and I've put half slabs on it at the minute and a few light sources to make sure nothing spawns. I've got a single water source here, which is the centre of the farm, basically. So you can just see down underneath there, there's a sign holding the water source block up, and there's a block underneath it which is over the altar. So when mobs fall down, they'll fall down and their feet will be in the airspace around the sign, and their heads will be in the water. And mobs will naturally swim up, and then depending on which way the flow of water's going, depending on which block is lowered at the time, depending on what I've done on those. As you can see, both are raised at the minute because both the lights are on, yeah? But I can choose which direction the water's going to flow, either that way or that way. And when the mobs push their way up, swim up, they will automatically flow that way. So they'll land in water, meaning they won't take any damage on the way down, and then they'll either go off that way or go off that way. And that's what those two switches are down there. The next thing I've got to do is build the mob farm up there. Quite a ways up there as well, so that they will spawn regardless of night and day and whether I'm here or not. One of the little things that I want to encourage you to think about while looking at this at the minute is this is just stage 1 of the build. I actually want to turn it into a hilly environment like this, and maybe even do a duplicate of that around my mob farm up there. So it looks like mobs are falling from the sky, from a little sky island up there. And that there is going to be most of this covered over so you can't see any of it. Unless you go into the underbelly, in which case you'll see most of it. And next episode we'll be working on the rituals that I want to install, because there's a ritual I want over here, there's a ritual or two I want over there, and there's a couple of rituals I want under here. I think there's a ritual I wanted somewhere else as well, maybe on one of the farms. But we'll get to those next episode. What I want to do now, though, is get a mob farm working where I can sacrifice for blood and get the blood into this altar so that this altar fills up fast and I can make all of the runes that I need, all of these ritual stones and master stones and all of the slate, because it takes quite a long time of blood letting to make that happen. I want to get all of that sorted out this episode so I can grind out all of the materials for next episode's ritual making. So I'm going to start laddering my way up there until I'm at the right height and start building. And I'll be back when I've got the first few bits done. Well, it's kind of getting there, I think. I think it's getting there. It's starting to look the shape that I want it to look anyway. This is basically the base of the mob farm, and I've done it so that it's quite high up, so that there's plenty of room for mobs to spawn. I've got to make it so that it's a motionless mob farm, so the mobs won't move, but they'll get pushed or washed or something down. I'm not 100% sure which way around I want to do it yet. I don't know whether I want to do a flushing of floors and make the floors flush out the mobs every few ticks or something, which is probably the cheapest way of doing it, because I could possibly get away with using 1 or 2 water source blocks and just a little hopper clock or something. I might give that a go to see what that's like. The other method was going to be piston pushers, but that's going to cost me a lot of resources. Basically, I'm trying to copy that sort of ideal over there to give it the Agrarian Skies look about it. And I'm fairly happy with it. I can imagine a great wooden build on the top, though. A great big thing on the top. I'm going to build it out of wood because I happen to have so much wood supplies at the minute. And the mobs don't seem to be able to break wood so easily. So that's good. Well, I want to get a ritual down today. I've decided I've had enough building this mob farm. We're going to go and have a quick look at it now, but I've had enough building it for today. Yeah, it's just getting monotonous now, and I know the next stage is going to be a fairly monotonous part of the build as well. So I'm going to give it a break, and I'm going to do something else for a bit. Got a lot of resources and things, so I want to put a ritual in place and start grinding out a little bit. I could put the Well of Suffering down there already. I could already set that up, but I'm not planning to anyway. So, inside here, yes, inside here, inside the mob farm, the base level that I've set up today is water streams that come down and will literally drop directly into that water there. And all of these water streams are set up so that they will go exactly into the centre, and all of the water will push any mobs that fall into here, into there, and down into my farm. So I'm then just going to drop them from up there in various whatever means I feel like into this water. And from these water streams, they will go down here. And that's it, really. I've lit this area up so that we've got no mobs spawning underneath here, but I didn't want the ugliness. I wanted a design to go with it. There's a lot of clay, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Whee! Oh, no! I forgot. Dang it. I didn't put the block out. Dang. It's alright. Well, now I know how the mobs are going to feel. Anyway, there we go. Let's put this back up here. Yeah, I was thinking of either putting the Well of Suffering down here today, which is going to go underneath here. The Well of Suffering, and then as I build the mob farm, mobs can start spawning, falling, and I start getting blood. But this is more for activated rituals to cover the maintenance cost of activated rituals that I may have going. So technically I don't need it right now, because the main thing I'm going to need to do is make lots of ritual stones, and because I need lots of ritual stones, this altar is where I need the most blood. So I'm thinking that I'll probably go with a ritual of regeneration first instead. Put a ritual of regeneration underneath this altar, and then I can stand at the altar, sacrifice my life away, and eventually get all of the components I need to make all the other rituals that I want to do. And it's just going to stand me in good stead for the future, I think, if I do that. So what are we going to need for that? I've already got something that we're going to need. We're going to need some ritual stones. I think I need another couple of ritual stones, actually. I think I need 44. I think it's 44. And we're going to need all the different types of these inscription tools. I don't know if I need more than these. I don't know how many times these get used before they're depleted, and gone. Let's keep that on me as well. And I think I can get away with the Apprentice Blood Orb. Oh yeah, last episode I saw, after editing it and publishing it, I saw that the Magician's Orb is actually created in the level 3 altar. I had the Weak Blood Orb, the Apprentice Orb, and then I thought the next one was the Master's Orb. So I got it a bit wrong, and so Catch-22, not being able to get these weak blood shards until I got a Master's Orb, and needing a blood shard to make the Master's Orb, was wrong. I actually only needed a block of gold to make the Magician's Orb, and then I could make this Master Ritual Stone and do the binding and all that. So I kind of found a way to skip the level, or the tier 3 altar stuff, really. I think that's something I managed to do. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I think I did. What we're going to need for this blood thing is going to be a reactant, a regent, or something like that. Something to start the ritual altar working once I've built it. And I think it's just a weak activation crystal. There's these activation crystals. There's an awakened and a weak, and I believe this one's just a weak activation sigil, which is in a tier 3 altar, 10,000 LP, and that is a lava crystal. And lava crystal, a couple of bits of obsidian, 3 lava buckets, and whatever orb you put in the middle there. So 2 glass, 2 obsidian, and a diamond. That's what I'm going to get. And I'm going to set up this ritual of regeneration. I hope for the best. Okay, so that's that. Couple of glass. We get some of that. And oh, I've got something else to show you as well while we're here, while we're looking around. You see how much clay there is there. There's all the hardened clay and then loads of green clay. Well, I set up a cactus farm over there for the green, And I've set up a little system down here. Let's take a few dust with us. There's a method in Ex Nihilo for getting clay, which is basically the way you get clay in the very, very beginning. You bash your cobblestone all the way through the gravel and the sand into dust, and then you put it into a barrel of rainwater. Well, I've put water coming from the infinite water source going into these 4 barrels, hoppers underneath to take out the clay when it's done, and I was basically standing there with stacks just going across like this. And whenever there's one available, it just literally goes in. I just sit there with my right clicking on them until eventually I get the clay that I needed. And then I've just been cooking it up with all my free charcoal and then colouring it as I needed to. So I've got all the clay in the world now that I need. I can keep doing that. I could possibly automate it further, but I only really need it for building projects, so I don't need it too often really to worry about. Oh yeah, I was going to get some obsidian as well while I was down here. So we're going to need 2 pieces of obsidian as well. There we go. I've got loads of quests to hand in as well. I'd like to get that sorted out. And also, oh man, I'm getting so many distractions. I want to make this ritual, but I'm getting so many distractions. Also, I've filled out the Wall of Shame. And I think we got up to, here we go, Episode 11, Mega P-Chax. Episode 12, Core Reaper. Episode 13, Matthew Bingham. Episode 14, Aquatic Slayer. Episode 15, Casper Born. Episode 16, my good friend Lord Raccoon. And episode 17, I've noted it down, but I'm not putting it up yet. I'll put that up next episode or something. I'll put it up soon. I've already noted who was the first to say first in the comment section below. Right, so we've got all of this kind of stuff going on here. We've got the obsidian on the base. We've got the things there and that there. And I just needed one of the orbs. Any one of the orbs, I think. Any one. So I'll just use my weak one because, well, you got to have something for crafting. So I may as well have one of those in the crafting grid. There we go. So that makes this lava crystal. Cool. And the lava crystal could be used in a furnace for a sort of an infinite burning, I think. An infinite burning. I've got 13,000 LP in there, so that should take 10,000, I think the recipe said, didn't it? 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 to turn it into the weak activation crystal. So that will go into there, and nearly done. There we go. Weak activation crystal. I like it. Do I need to activate it to me? I don't think I do. Yeah, I did. Okay, I've activated it. Right, next up, we've got to get on with putting these down. I think I need a couple more of those. So, where were they again? Let's get them from here anyway. The recipe for those. No, not that. Because it's done the end. Oh, inventory tweaks. I need 2 more reinforced slates. That's why I brought those along. That's right. 2 more reinforced slates, which is 2,000 each. That was it. 2,000 each. So let's get some sacrificing going on. This is the reason that I need the regeneration, because of all the sacrificing. I get a lot of blood going in there at a time, which is great, but it's still only so good. It's not brilliant. Give me that. And get the next one in there. It's only so much you can do with this. Hey, I've got 4. Uh-oh. It's glitched again. Aha, there it is. Now it's 3. The ghost one. There we go. Grab. Thank you. 5. It's 4. There we go. Alright. And what was the recipe again? Man, I'm useless. 4 of those and, well, apprentice orb. 4 more obsidian. Dang. Just been down for obsidian, man. Also, I was mentioning about how many potions and things, regen potions. I realise I haven't got a blaze rod, have I? The first blaze rod I got, I think I used for that thing there. I made a potion stand and used that. I don't think that can be used as for potions though, can it? Aha, I got some here. Let's get 4 of these. Make some more of these stones. I've got tons of this stuff lying around all over the place. Keep using it for all sorts of things. And this. Thank you. There we go. And I get some 4 more, I think. I think I get 4 more with this. I didn't pick up my stone and my orb again. Picked up the wrong orb anyway. There we go. Let's have that one. And let's make of these. And then hopefully we can get this done pretty swiftly. There we go, 4 more. That was it. That was the final bit of doing the crafting there. Okay, so now, down below here. I believe that the ritual of... I believe the ritual will do a 10-block radius. 10-block radius? A 10-block area? Something like that. Something to do with 10 blocks away from the main Master's Ritual Stone in the first place. Am I right below it now? I want to go here, don't I? There we go. Just there. There we go. Okay, so I've got to go up a couple of blocks. There's a thing. Let's take this other one as well. I don't want to take it too high because, well, just because. I don't want to go too far up in this lot. Like that. I want to be just underneath here, just underneath the level, because there's other things that I want to do. I want to automate things into it. But that's easily less than 10 blocks above me. So I should get the regen effect from in here. So if I put the ritual stone there... Oh, this is daunting, because this is the first ritual I've ever made. And if I cycle through these... let's go back... no, okay, let's go. We've got to find the ritual of regeneration. There it is. Ritual of regeneration. Okay. So with these inscription tools in my inventory and 44 ritual stones, I think it's 44. I'm pretty sure it's 44. That's what I checked on the wiki. I should right-click this and it places blocks. Ah, look, it's placed the first block. Now, I could place these ritual stones in the right places and then use the right colours on them. So that was some blue or something. It doesn't seem to have used any ink from it, though. I don't know if that's possible. And then you do it again, and it just places them for you. So once you've got the right ritual set, it'll just place the blocks for you, which is crazy awesome. Look at that. Oh, and it fits around that nicely as well. Maybe I could have taken it up 1 or 2 more blocks. Maybe. But this is probably fine anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. I just shift right-clicked. That's not good. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so can I, oh man, can I do this right? Can I do anything right today? Come on, let's do this. Let's get up here. Right, so I think it only placed 1 block when I shift right-clicked. That one. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Does it try? It wouldn't try placing them again, would it? It knows where it's got stuff already. Let's do it about 44 times, something like that. Oh man, I'm so daunted by this. You see, because it's my first try. So daunted by it. Well, it looks like it's done. Is it? That's not 44 blocks. What's wrong with it? Is there something wrong with it? No. There's supposed to be dust. Oh, you've got to put the dust on yourself. Okay, so I need to go and have a look at the picture, figure out what's what, and come back and get it in the right places. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. Would be nice if I had done it in Creative Test World first, but I think I'm doing it right. And that's when these have been used. These didn't get used when I was using the ritual regeneration. The earth is these corner ones here, and the dusk is this one here. But I believe I saw somewhere that you've got to do the dusk by hand. So I've done the 4 dusk by hand, and hopefully that's it now. So where are we with this? Ritual of regeneration. Yes. So it places another one. It's placed the earth ones over there. Yes. So it was just sort of stuck on the dust. So I had to quickly do the dust ones in the right places. And now I can just keep doing this and it should place all the other ones. I've got 42. Last one. That should be the last one. Looks about right. Looks okay. Yeah, I was expecting it to go just down one on the earth runes there, or the earth markers there. Yeah, it looks about right to me. I can't click any more because I haven't got any more to click on. Okay, so now activating it. Do I need to know how much LP I've got in my network? I've got 56,000. Okay, well I should be able to right click this and hope nothing goes badly wrong. Rush of energy flows through the ritual. Okay. And now if I take a bit of damage, I get a regen effect. Oh yeah, look at that. I get a little regen effect. It's only 2 seconds, but that 2 seconds is active whenever I'm down in health, which is awesome. So I can be over here. Oh, I've taken a bit of health. Get a little regen because I'm going to be 10 blocks away. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I did my first ritual, I did my first ritual, I did my first ritual. As you can tell, I'm pretty pleased. I kind of knew the theory behind it. I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I hadn't done it before. So, well, you know, you've got to do these things for the first time, and the regen, well, it's okay regen. It's not the speediest regen in the world, but it is speedier than not having any regen. It's regen 1. Yeah, so I can keep topping this load up, and yeah, get my essence and everything all topped up again, and make a load more ritual stones. Thanks, Rain. Well, thank you very much for watching another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I've enjoyed today. It's been a big success, I hope. I've had a lot of grinding to do. I'm doing some more grinding next. And MobFarm's not looking too bad. I've just got to decide the final little details of actually spawning mobs up there and getting them to fall down into that water source. And now we've got this regeneration around here. I should be able to make a load more things happen a lot quicker. Fill up my blood pool with my own essence very quickly. And then we've pretty much unlocked the ability to do almost anything. Magic. Absolute magic. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode of Agrarian Skies. Goodbye, folks.